Welcome to the Jackson and Joe Show. I'm Jackson.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the show. So we got a viewer suggestion to introduce ourselves a little bit, and it's for people to get to know like who we are and and how we live our life, and what kind of what we're all about.
Mm-hmm.
And so after very much discussion,
Lots careful consideration.
Joe and I have decided that the best possible way for anybody to get to know who we are is to know how we would survive the zombie apocalypse. It just makes sense that way.
Right. Obviously.
The hardest decisions are made there.
Mm-hmm. Shows who you really
Really,
are.
the gritty, ass-chapping decisions that you have to make.
Survival.
And you guys might find out a little bit more than you hoped about us through this. Especially Joe.
Yep.
We've had this conversation 30 times before, and he goes pretty dark.
Jesus.
I mean, he's the guy you worry about. The looter. The let me in guy. No, I'm kidding.
That makes me really uncomfortable, bro.
No. See, how we're going to do this is Joe and I. Joe, what would duo situation, right? If a zombie were to break in right now through that window, what's your first step? You don't have a gun. Can't say headshots. This is like
Chair.
But
Pin it against the wall.
and the chair just makes a massive hole into the wall and doesn't break.
Chair end into the head.
Damn. So you're gonna battery ram him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive it.
What did I tell you?
Drive it.
Oh my gosh.
Like the Flash with a pencil.
So, I mean, that's got. See, immediately, I wonder if I can do this whole apocalypse with you.
Probably.
I'm like, damn, he's done that once or twice before this happened.
No, I'm not. It's
way
it's
too
not,
instinctual.
You gotta train, and you gotta think. You gotta use your instincts. You gotta use your survival skills.
I mean, yeah, we're all a
That's
little predictive
for real.
programmed to know what to do. Like, you see a zombie, it's like, all right, I gotta stab this dude in the head.
Well,
with a
predictive programming. I mean, I think I have a select special background that I have been training and thinking about. Not training in the sense, well, a little bit physical, but a lot of mental training.
A lot of, yeah.
And
Getting very
well prepared.
calibrated.
Mm-hmm. Locked in.
So that's just like, you meditate on like this type of shit.
Yeah. Think about like survival situations and what is happening in my awareness around where I am, especially like all the time.
So you're not only prepared for zombies, but you're prepared for just about anything. Looters.
Looters. I'm prepared.
Bitten people,
somebody,
not zombies.
Anybody that has a gun, anybody that's trying to kill me, anybody that's trying to break in. Yeah, looters. Looters basically just kill you. That's how they get your shit. That's when they would do it, because there's no police or anything. All infrastructure's collapsed. So that's when they completely get away.
So we're
with
right
it.
here. Do you get a car? No car? Foot? Are you on foot? You a foot soldier from here on out?
I need a weapon. I need a gun as fast as possible to survive.
Look,
honestly.
I don't know where anything is. I'm grabbing a knife.
A hatch, axe, I guess. Sword, that would be okay.
Oh, yeah, let me go grab my sword.
But
straight from its sheath.
It's just what everyone's going to have.
Swords?
No.
No.
Not swords, bro.
No. No. That's not, No, that's not going to happen. No. You see someone coming at you with a sword during the zombie apocalypse, you run. You run for your life.
He's Naruto running at you.
with a... Oh. Dude, you lose. Look. One, he's already running so aerodynamically fast.
You don't even see him pull the blade out as he runs past you, and then he stops and he sheaths the blade.
Oh my gosh.
And you just fall in half.
Yeah, you slide in half. Just Ninja Gaiden. Done.
He doesn't even look. He just turns away.
No, don't fuck with people with swords in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, do you hit the city? Like, what are you doing?
No, you definitely.
It's hard for me to really,
You get to supplies. Yeah, you need supplies, obviously. But like, you have to either have that beforehand. I don't think you could. So like, yeah, I would say if you had it beforehand, then obviously at your house or something, you get everything from your house, everything you have in reserves on you. You know what I mean? And like, some people have more than others, but
don't be the asshole who just brings like canned beans and shit. Look, you gotta fucking splurge a little bit during this thing, man. Like you can't. You have to have some sugar. Give me some fucking zebra cakes, man. I'm depressed. It's a zombie apocalypse, man.
Jackson's worried about the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, dude, I gotta make every bit of it. I gotta enjoy something, right? This is end game. Clearly, this is during
no enjoyment.
This is during the relaxation phase. Days
like
have
it's
mulled
calmed
over.
down.
I found a house, but little do I know, a horde is.
You got to get to the safe city.
A horde is. They're all at the fence, just waiting to get in. I'm just eating fucking. Just the shit that I was looking for, and the things I was worrying about, and Joe and I were talking about now, and he's like, he's worried about this. I'm like, nah, dude, end game. And then I die.
Getting some snacks.
Yeah.
I gotta get some snacks.
Oh, dude, that happened in Zombieland. I actually totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I gotta get these fucking Twinkies.
Yeah, Twinkies.
Woody Harrelson. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. But no. So do you get to that house, but like say it's not a looter, a kid knocks at your door or something. What if it's an airborne thing?
You have to use your judgment.
And
it's an airborne
have you
thing.
watched
If it's an airborne thing, then
no,
I need
no,
to
no.
move.
Well,
Because your house doesn't matter. So that's my argument, and this is what I mean. Like in a reasonable scenario, I could judge whether or not someone's coming up, and depending on if if it's an airborne thing and I don't know, well then I don't know. At any time it could be an airborne thing. You never know that. So it's like either if you knew, then you'd be evacuated. You'd be literally gone because you need to get away from it.
You think you're going to be able to get onto the evacuation boat or something? You think you're going to be one of the lucky ones, or the van,
lucky.
the Humvee, get in the van?
It's
not going to be one of those things.
I need to move. I don't need to actually make it to the boat. I need to.
You get in a car though, you're stuck in traffic. You're doomed.
Well, I don't. I'm not going to get stuck. I'm going to keep moving.
You can't if you're in traffic.
Well, then I'll keep moving.
On foot?
Well, if that, yeah.
Better start sprinting. Better start moving those feet faster, buddy.
Move in the shadows.
Whoa. Well, I don't think shadows matter to zombies. Do they?
If I'm quiet.
I think they're like deer.
And I can't be seen.
They're basically just a predator at this point. Or do you become the predator?
Absolutely. I'm a hunter. But mainly only
mentally.
Shadow.
You've only mentally hunted
shadow hunter.
This whole situation.
You come into my territory. You come into my realm.
Whoa. Not even
the shadow realm.
Anima. Yeah, just like dimensional hunter. Not even like.
Then I'll kill you.
Whoa.
But I don't intend to really mess around, with them if I need to, or anybody. I'm trying to move.
You're just staying
along my
moving.
plane. Yeah.
Like you can't.
You constant movement, and then you find a secure spot that you need to stay for rest or something. But honestly, it's very limited. It really is. Like I think you only spend 4 hours tops in any one location, and then you keep moving.
Look, I think I'm good for about the first 3 days of ground zero.
I was gonna say
full 72 hours
it's crazy
awake.
How it's gonna be like day 1, day 2, day 3.
There's a show, Black Summer, on Netflix. I've told you to watch this. Mm-hmm. It is like the most realistic show so far of like
zombie apocalypse,
of how it like would go down. To me, at least. There's very little like dialogue and shit. It's kind of cool to watch.
Nice.
I like
that.
It's pretty awesome.
Cool.
It's really terrifying.
Well.
Yeah, I would. 72 hours awake, I'd be fine. You'd have to be awake those first 3 days. There's no sleeping. It's impossible. You think you can fall asleep? You think your body would even let you, just knowing that there's a worldwide breakdown?
You have to. So that's called mental training. So it's like
nah. You ain't been training for that, have you?
I mean, I've been trained to. Well, I've been training to like, and I'm not a master in it yet by any sense of the mean, but under stress, full conditions. I mean, that's just really what it is, and so it's about if you're worried, if
As long
you're
as you got some
panicking.
K-Cals and some water, man.
I mean, yeah, and then you're moving a lot, and then you're gonna be tired, and it's gonna be days.
You're gonna be nocturnal, yeah.
You really want to sleep, so I don't. Want
well, that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna sleep those first few days, but you're gonna just pass out one day.
Yeah, and
And then-
the threat of the zombie existence still obviously is going to make. I mean, that just is gonna make me wake up. So it's like, but it's like I'm going to try to not to worry about that. But obviously that's easy.
You're gonna try not worry about the zombie apocalypse when it's going down.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Yes.
Impossible.
I mean, of course, I am aware. It's not that I'm not aware.
Dude, I think
I'm not worrying about it. That's it. That's so clean, simple.
dead. Look, if it's going down and you're not worrying about it, or maybe not worrying about it, but you're not doing something to like.
I am doing something. I'm literally moving all the
doing
fucking
something
time.
by not worrying about it. But yeah, that's the thing.
No,
So you're like
said-
worried
you
about
said-
it a
but
little
you
bit.
said, can you sleep if you were worried about it?
Oh, but I'm saying you're gonna be too on edge those first 3-4 days to even sleep, and then day 4 you're passing out or something, and
I
it's
mean,
like
that's what I'm
you're
saying,
like just
like-
praying that like your body just doesn't get eaten while you're just comatose, because like that's involuntary, like you're just going down, or you're just going straight psycho shock, and then day 3 I'm breaking down, man. I'm having a bad day day 3. All right, I'm gonna shed one fucking tear.
I'd break down like a month in,
A month?
2 months in.
That's
After-
10 times.
After the
2 months?
entire society has
The
shifted
10,
and
20
changed.
times the breakdown of me?
I've been through some shit, bro.
Nah, man. Day 3, breakdown day. That's the day I lose it a little.
Mm.
Day 4, bounce back.
There you go. Quick
Wake up with
recovery.
a deer in the woods around my, in my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck did I do last night? No. Survived.
Survive.
Without even knowing it, my body just took over. Where the fuck are my clothes?
Gone.
Yeah, it's like, wait. It's like, now I'm a werewolf? What? Fuck. No. But see, the thing is, are you traveling towards loved ones?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I believe.
I mean, yeah.
Truly, like,
I mean, I'm going.
you always, that's what defines, like, I guess that's the only, like, manifest destiny you have, like, at that point. It's like making it back to people you love.
Yeah.
So what's that mean? How are you doing that? You heading east?
Yeah. I go to Columbia. It's a good
Rural
rural spot out there.
Yeah, brothers out there.
My brother.
Yeah. Damn. It's brother love, man. Word. Dylan's in
We'd make a good team.
Dylan's in Denver. That's a 10-hour drive, but I'll make my way, but it could be a long time. And in the mountains. Oh God, he's already gone.
Oh yeah.
He's so
Exactly.
Dylan's already buried. Ghillie suit.
That's what I'm saying. That's me.
That's you.
Yeah. With a ghillie suit in the trees, in the shadows, in the
Getting
trenches.
eaten by a mountain lion.
the
But then
ditches.
you have actual wildlife to worry about too.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then like you'd make one gunshot and it's an animal.
Everything is silent.
No, it's not true.
would have
especially
silence.
during the zombie apocalypse. There's way too much silence, so everything is loud. And you know that. You're in a neighborhood. There's a zombie on the other side. They'll hear you close your car door, and they'll just start fucking running. They're gone. You're done.
It'd be war zone too. Though. It'd be gunshots. There'd be people.
But not in the mountains.
There'd be a lot of It depends. It depends on what percentage and what's the situation. In the mountains, yeah, of course. But like, if you can. I mean, yeah, of course. But like if you have a silencer, you could
look,
use a bow.
I guess I'm one of the few true. I mean, look, I know that I would use a
Or
bow
a knife.
because that's what I have.
Mm-hmm.
I would I'd be knifing zombies all day.
Spear, knife, yeah.
But look, I mean, a bear like a mountain lion comes at you. Yeah, let me knife it. I mean, the
Well-
mountain lion, it's game on, dude. I'm a rabid animal at this point.
Listen, with the bear too, you just have to get that eye. I mean, you go for it. You got one shot. You get one chance. Don't miss.
You go for
That's
the
what I'm
eye?
about.
Oh my
I literally,
God.
you have to be as quick as you can, and I mean, that's just gunslinger
Look, man,
mentality.
see, this is the difference. I had a breakdown on day 3, and Joe, 60 days in, is killing a bear in the eye. Yeah. No, dude.
Or slide underneath it,
That's, oh my gosh.
spill its guts out. Ever seen Beowulf, bro?
Dude, that bear would eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mm.
Probably just breakfast,
Bro.
whole body.
Listen, bears are mean, man. They're fucking crazy. They're so strong and crazy strong and very fast too. Honestly,
Yeah.
they have really good speed. They can charge you down. They can outrun you easily.
You think bears are eating zombies?
Uh,
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
yeah,
I
they
would hope so.
I mean, maybe yeah. They eat humans. They
You
have
think they'd be like,
so like, but like they'd get bitten, you know, because they get swarmed. There would be too many, and then also
I feel what you're
like
saying.
they could just bite their leg or something, or like
you
pin
thinking
them down,
like zombie bears? That's what you're thinking?
and then the zombie could bite the bear. That could be a zombie bear. Why not? But like
Now
no, it
we've
would-
got zombie
don't
bears,
know.
but like, what's the difference?
that
Still a
wouldn't be.
bear.
It wouldn't be like a transmission. It wouldn't transmit from a human to a bear probably, but maybe it. I mean,
You don't think?
you would imagine that just like anything that we've ever had, it would just kill the bear, because it's like wouldn't be anything the bear's system could be ever equipped to handle whatever sort of shocking fucking shit it did. But if they did, I mean,
Are you gonna be one of those
obviously it'd
people that?
crazy?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Those people who
You mean you see some bear coming at you with like 7 legs? I don't know why the bear would like mutate. In my head, that just makes 0 sense.
gross teeth,
Yeah, I mean, he already has teeth. More.
yeah,
Yeah.
bigger.
Are you gonna
larger.
be one of those people going for like the stadium, the extraction point? Everyone, it's always like a stadium or something.
No, obviously not. No, I'm going to be
And
going.
then
I'm going to be going into like probably somewhere very rural, as rural as possible. You want to get away from people.
That's what I've always said.
You
Gotta
want to
get
get
out of
away
there.
from everybody and everything, and find your own spot so that you can reestablish a new perimeter that is safe, and that you can like defend yourself from, and then know also when, you know, what the area is. You just got to know your geography. So like you got to know what area is good. So like you got to find that place, and you need to keep moving till you
So
find it, or you need to be informed on how to find it.
once you know how there's always like a siren that goes off, like in movies and games and shit when
Yeah,
it starts.
Well, I mean,
No. How are they?
bro.
How are they gonna tell us when it's going down? Are we gonna be like, oh, it's just a tornado siren, or we don't know the zombie apocalypse siren?
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
What are we gonna think? Tornado or what? Just me sitting here and they'll be like, no, that's zombies. Sorry.
But this is like, it's just like the and I mean, I'm honestly just thinking about it. It's like the possibility of it is so like, because
Possibility.
exactly.
Of it happening.
Yeah, it's just like, it would. Yeah, exactly. That would have to happen so fast and so quick. It's like it can't.
Especially if it were to happen right here, you know, it's already deep.
You would hear.
You're in deep shit already.
But like,
Because we're
so, like, you
outside of a
You
city.
wouldn't get a siren. I mean, yeah, they do sirens in movies, but like there would be no siren. I mean, if it really is happening, then
Oh,
there's
it's just everyone's on their own now.
yeah, or it would be like, you know, obviously
Military
we have
moving in.
really advanced communications now, so it's not about sirens anymore. It's about, you know, you get a thing on your phone.
Oh, our house would start talking. We'd be like, I didn't know it could do this. And they're like, yeah, well, every house can do that.
No, but they would just pop up your shit. So like, you know, unless that fell, and that would have to be a targeted thing that zombies would have to know how to take down when, you know, there's already people who already defend that because they have to worry about other humans taking it down. So it's like, but that's just how I'm seeing this right now.
What if you're like with a group of people and somebody's snoring when you sleep? You gotta snore. You smother them? It's like you gotta shut the fuck up, bro.
Bro, I've had to do that like multiple times a lot of nights in my life. It's a room full of people or some shit, or like camping and shit.
I'm saying zombies hearing you snore. You don't think zombies are going to hear you snore?
Depends on where you are. Depends how loud the snoring is.
Everything's loud during the zombie apocalypse. A zombie hears a bear walking in the woods, crunch leaf, zombie going. You know? They're totally like audible or like olfactory, but like, I don't know. You know? They're going towards the sound or the smell.
Within a certain range, but I feel like a bear walking through the forest and crunching leaves is certainly moving and everything. That's much louder.
Breathing super well. Not. You ever heard someone snore really loud? What? I'm telling you, this guy's snoring. What? Well, you're like.
Depends on how loud he's
you
snoring.
Asshole, or are you like, oh, I'm gonna let my buddy sleep?
No, I'm gonna. No, I'm.
Because then you're awake and you're like,
I mean, I'm gonna wake him up and say like, yo, like
it's 3 days in and he's snored the past 2 nights.
And find.
It's days in of him snoring. You're irritated. You've got hives on your damn neck. You're so mad. It's the zombie apocalypse and this dude's snoring. There's a pillow, Joe. No one's using that pillow. No, he wouldn't be. I mean, look, man. You're out of the group. You snore. Are you a snorer? Is this why you're against the snoring?
No, it's just like.
Like, what if you're out?
I don't think that I would. I mean, like, seriously,
Oh, you're done.
Fucking,
no,
I'm not gonna say that I discriminate against somebody because they fucking snore loud, like
Oh, dude, if you're snoring loud, we gotta soundproof something.
Exactly.
Or
that's fine.
You gotta go be on your own for.
Doesn't mean I need to fucking cut you off from the fucking group or choke a while you sleep.
You got no, dude. He's gotta be that like the bear can. He's gotta be the thing that's away from everybody. Because he snores loud, he's a liability, so gotta be away from everyone. Just in case.
There's other solutions to that problem.
Like what?
Soundproofing shit.
Like 75. How do you soundproof that? What if you're in the woods? What if you're like...
You build.
What if you're in an apartment full of... shitty or a motel, like a 1-level thing, zombies outside like walking in the streets and shit, and you're just trying to like lay low.
Soundproof everything. Soundproofing is actually a pretty open field. Like it's pretty you just get some you just essentially what you need scientifically is you just need a buffer between you and the thing that's making the noise and the like receiving end, the ear.
Somebody with night terrors. It's just like, oh, God.
If you really insulated and you really buffered, yes, you can make it almost probably entirely non-detectable.
I would cancel sleeping. I would say there's no more sleeping.
Everybody's dead. Can't not sleep, dude. That's the worst thing that you could do in the zombie apocalypse because then everyone goes insane.
If you're snoring, you're on roundup duty.
Zombie apocalypse is insane. Very smooth, very clean.
That was great.
Well done.
Yeah. So, I don't know really if that describes who we were at all.
No, it doesn't. It gives us a look into maybe
I
how
smothered
we
the snorer.
So you're just a.
That's not true though. Look, you just can't do that.
Exactly.
Shit,
yeah.
you gotta be.
Exactly.
But see,
work that out.
look, I also wouldn't let them in the group if they're. Well, turns out I'm the snorer. Look.
Exactly. So that's why
I'm a peace out.
have to deal with it too.
I'm on my own. I'm a lone wolf from here on out.
Well,
Papa Bear can't snore.
Problem with that is that if you are alone completely, then no one else can hear you snore, and then you don't know how. You need to record yourself, if you can.
Gotta do what I gotta do, but I can't risk the lives of others.
You need a partner.
Can't be selfish.
You need at least one person, and then you're unstoppable in like.
And then you can snore all you want.
Pretty much, because you can alert each other, and like one on watch, one sleeps. One on watch, one sleeps. move together. One on watch, one sleeps. One on watch, one sleeps.
The worst would be like having a crying baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or like
talk about on the move,
bro. I mean, like the situations in movies in which they like, you know, you're literally moving and like your fucking phone goes off or like radio starts fucking just you're like, oh like holy like
yeah,
like
dude.
holy shit. I mean, like
that's
everything.
That's
right?
when you just
have
know.
To be completely quiet.
You're like walking. That's when you just start hitting that jog. You're like, yep, I gotta get going. I'm
like,
gone.
You can't be too loud too with that because like once you start running, you make a lot more noise.
Maybe you.
I don't make hardly any noise if I don't have anything on me.
I'm a panther.
I am one of the most silent people that I know.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm like air. I drift.
Zombies. What if? But I mean, if they're not runners, like hopefully you just never get bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I assume that they'd be like no fatigue.
Probably not much. No.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. And like no injury,
But
really. So like if you don't
here comes
incapacitate them, then they will keep going.
Here comes that ancestral speed. You know. I'm not stopping moving. I got 10 miles to run. I'm going. Just hitting that light in that hard jog. Striding out. Dead tired. That's when you pass out. Sleep. Boom. Wake up. You're getting robbed. It's like, oh God.
Kill them. Video games taught me this.
Yeah, truly. Resident Evil. H1Z1.
All of them.
H1Z1's taught you how to drive a car. Like a badass.
That game is... Cars are something else in that game.
People don't know what we're talking about. H1Z1's like a zombie apocalypse GTA concoction.
GTA from the sense that like you can get in and out of cars and like drive around, but it's a battle royale.
Yeah. I wish
Zombie apocalypse battle royale.
Mm-hmm. Like get in the fuck in the van. We gotta move. It's more about the looters though. That's what's dangerous. Is people with guns, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's why you need
those like private little militias people too.
And
people.
also,
I mean,
that's not even though. Like literally,
people,
so many people have like a lot of guns.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So it's like,
especially around here. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Literally the entire country.
Actually anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like
what do you do when that's like that Mustang car pulls up behind you, like the one that's like revving its engine? You just see him in the rear view.
I'm gonna try to be gone. I thought about like
Like,
a car chase today while I was driving over here, or like maybe it was late before. I don't know, but it was like I get in a car chase. Somebody's behind me, starts popping off shots. I get down. I'm driving max speed. Okay, they follow me. We're neck and neck. I can't get away from them. I'm not fast enough. I'm going 90 miles an hour on roads. Like I can't even see. So he gets even with me. I see him. I fucking and I just fucking and I just try to fuck them up if I don't have a gun.
Dude.
I think about this because you got. Dude,
That's
okay,
what they're
I'm
going to do to
sorry.
you. That's the car revving its engine.
sorry.
You know they're about
And,
to
like,
just
I don't know
wreck you, man.
It's wrong to take it here or not, but it's relevant. Bro, literally when somebody is just shooting you on a freeway and like and it's just on a road and you're just in a chase, immediately someone comes with a gun and starts shooting you.
You're done for.
I'm going to try to get away, but if I can't, the only option is to fucking ram them with your fucking car.
Pit maneuver.
You need to
Pit maneuver.
destroy them.
Back tire, you got to do some damage. Like, they can't drive and follow you anymore.
Yeah.
No more.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing is, like,
Send
that's
him into a
terrifying. He's like, what's that feel like? Just
Exactly. Like
all your windows
I'm gonna
shatter.
Just, like You have no idea, but them too.
Dude,
And like, it's just like the thought of that is crazy because it's
Doesn't
just
it-
imagine like just everybody just getting
Shell
rocked.
shocked.
Oh my god.
Oh, and yeah, you do that 2 times, and your car's done, and then you're like, oh, now what?
But if you get them with
And
one
for
good
some reason,
one,
like, it's always like the American muscle car that's just like still standing,
Or
like revving his fucking
it's
engine.
really, it's really
It's like,
like
oh, he's gonna hit me one more time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mention this before. It's really important that like you actually just try to get a full crash, like so much so that you get over the steering
totaled?
wheel. Yeah, and then you literally go for gun. You go for their shit
You
as
like
quick
wake
as
up
possible.
shell shocked, and you're just dazed.
I'm literally going to try to not be shell shocked. I'm gonna prepare
It's
myself.
impossible.
And just hold on tight, baby.
No, that's where you wake up first, but they're like still down.
I gotta go up fast though. I wake up, my
You're moving in
awareness
slow
and consciousness. No, I'm trained. I literally
That mental but not physical training.
literally through the fucking window.
You can't. Your legs are broken, and you're hunched over this.
No, I'm not. I'm fine. I'm shock
Your
resistant.
glove box looking for a gun. There's nothing.
I don't
He's
think-
dead,
I
so
don't
he
think-
turned to a zombie.
What?
He's crawling out of his car. He's coming at you. Broken glass, knife, done. See?
He has a knife.
No, you use broken glass as
Oh
a
yeah,
shiv.
no problem. Broken glass. Just
But
grip
then
it.
his buddy
I
pulls
got my
up in like a
t-shirt.
Hummer behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Well, then, that's why you have to get the gun.
But what gun?
The
You're
gun that they were shooting at you with.
Oh, word. I feel you. Mm.
You go for that immediately as you can, and if you get the glass too. If
It's
you
out of
can.
ammo. They use all their bullets. That's a shame.
Then move on foot.
Keep the gun or lose the gun.
Keep it.
Mm.
Find ammunition.
I'd be like, what does this use? How do I know? And what does it use?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, it says on the gun. But yeah, you'd be fucked. You can't go anywhere that your legs are broken. Sorry.
Yeah.
But that's a fun game.
Hmm.
You get to do that. Get to slam cars into people. Loot shit.
I wish the physics in H1Z1 had sort of like a realistic car crash,
Oh yeah, like did actually showed some damage and stuff. That'd be nice.
and maybe totaled
Like
at,
your
at
wheels
certain
fall off,
angles
so.
or speeds, damaged.
Although I think that's what makes that a good game,
Hmm.
is being able to like drive all those different cars.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You just roll
Yeah.
around. That's why it's like that GTA shit. You're just kind of
Mhm.
mobbing around the city, and just 100 other players all doing the same shit.
What do you think makes that a good game?
That it's like open world like that. It's just like
And it's actual terrain.
and it's actual players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's open world, and yeah, of course, like everything has its own. Every game definitely has its own terrain, but structure to it. But it is good.
What do you think
But there's other
made
types
you go
of
from
terrains, too.
like other BRs to this? Like what made you go from like Fortnite to this? What killed Fortnite for you?
Whoa, okay. What killed Fortnite for me?
Yeah, like because I know in the past month or so. Well, I mean, long before that.
Yeah.
I mean, way long.
I've been off
before that.
Fortnite for probably like
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
even before then, it was like slacking, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about this game that's way better than, or was something that's kind of tickled your
not that
fancy
it's-
towards
It's
this.
not that it's way
and
better.
swayed you away from it.
Um,
Oh no, popularity wise, no, it's absolutely not. It's
no, I mean just
quote dead.
objectively. I mean Fortnite has, but H1Z1 has good elements. Honestly, and so does Fortnite. Has really good elements. And they all mix up to create this thing that some people like it, some people don't. Fortnite might be your game, H1Z1 might be your game, and H1Z1 is not as popular. But I enjoy H1Z1 over Fortnite mainly before it's third person, which is really nice. We talked about that.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
really nice. I talked to Kieran, my girlfriend, about this, and she said that third person is much more easier to understand and
yeah.
see your character and
it's less spastic too. And
relative position. When you're first
Mhm.
person, it's kind of nauseating.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can be for people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because
do you
you
like
don't know where you are, like kind of thing, and you're just spinning in circles sometimes.
watching those COD, not your COD clips, but some COD clips? It's like
Yeah,
it's
like
kind of hard to see. Like,
what is even going on, and
yeah,
especially when they're doing 360s, and they're doing spin shots or
it's like
spin
that.
shots,
Yeah,
trick shots,
it's like that in CS:GO too, and games like that. Like when
hmm
it's so,
a twitch and stuff.
yeah, when it's so, yeah, click snipe. It's just quick scopes the entire time
hmm
and blurs, flicks.
Yep.
It's just like, I mean, that's what it is nauseating about watching Fortnite streams.
Oh, definitely, bro.
Was.
I mean, like you watch somebody like
Building
literally
and
build up.
ugh.
I mean, it's not the fast 1x1s. I'm watching guys right now that are literally going like ramps and like things above their heads and just editing through it like it's literally like it's
shooting
water.
Yeah, it's.
Like it's water. They're going through their builds and building through it like it's crazy.
But it's nauseating to watch because you don't know. It's just so fast and.
Well, but I mean, yeah. But like third person though is like makes it clearer.
Yeah.
Imagine Fortnite.
Oh my God, you couldn't do that.
Imagine Fortnite.
That would
with
be
first
so
person.
terrible.
See, that would be really nauseating.
People would be having
insane.
seizures.
I mean, it definitely in video games, can do that. There's like the flickering and like the just total like just craziness, yeah.
So, what do you think about?
But it's like more realistic. More realistic is really what it is.
So third person definitely is.
Well, third person is good. So that's like a good element that I like that they're both they share is an element that they share. But why I prefer H1Z1 a little more is a little more based in like I won't say like it's not like realistic completely because like it still takes a good amount of shots to kill people and like there's still non-realistic elements because
in H1
correct it's like not necessary. It's a little more arcadey actually is a term. It is a little more arcade realistic maybe is like
yes yeah that's
where you would put it. And then Fortnite is pretty much all the way on arcade kind of thing. And so like that gets me into the world and that makes that immerses me a lot better definitely. And then the lack of building is definitely like I enjoy that element of the realism. That's a
no
big,
building.
Yeah, that's what really makes it like realistic versus unrealistic.
I really wouldn't enjoy if another like game came out with building.
I mean,
it wouldn't really make sense to me.
So like
unless
they have a game called Splitgate that if you ever heard of the game Portal, is a game where you shoot one portal someplace and then another portal someplace and like you can go through that portal and it'll throw you out the other portal and like Splitgate is like that. It has that ability, but then you're also just like killing each other. It's like Halo. So like you can just throw portals around and move like and have different angles. You can shoot through the portals and see different parts of the map. And so like there's always going to be different new inventive ways and I think they should do that. I guess
things like that, but I don't think it should be I
think somebody could do better building. Like imagine a realistic builder.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be sick.
Like I don't know, Rust has tried and I think that like a lot of people really enjoy that game. Rust is kind of like Minecraft but like scaled up on the graphics. It's sort of like a consistent world. So it's sort of like you spawn in on a map and then like you start to get materials from the environment and stuff and hunt animals and then you start to build like a house and then you get more materials and then you find other players, try to loot them, get their stuff and you build bases and you build forts and you just add to your collection.
Is that StarCraft kind of similar to that?
No, it's like it's first person, third person.
Oh, okay.
And and you kill other players and you build shit.
Okay.
You build stuff.
Oh man, yeah, I feel you.
And like with like planks and sheets of metal and sort
of. Yeah,
it'd
be
like,
weird to see like H1 or like PUBG do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about PUBG right now? Do you think like because you play both of them, PUBG and H1?
I don't play PUBG so much right now, but I do play it a little bit. It's because I don't like it because I think for me, I'm really behind on the game. I just got it, and so like whenever I don't know the layouts of the maps, and so I want to play something that's a little bit more fast paced. I enjoy. Yeah, right.
It does seem like it takes. It's got a lot of
very slow, and it's very reliant on sound, and it's very reliant on like being patient, and those are really fun things. I can play a game or two of that and really enjoy it. But for a game that like I really like want to compete against other players, like I don't feel rewarded when I get kills necessarily, or maybe I do because I suck. I feel rewarded a little bit when I get kills, but I don't feel that I get killed like I'm just like, where did I even get shot from?
Yeah,
and
right.
like, and then like people
Oh,
be
it's
in
like
really
1,000 meters
strange positions that you can't see. But I mean, that's just
Yeah,
works
it's
on getting a
annoying.
better player. But and then it has bugs too, and it has wait times too. So you add that in.
What's up with that, man?
Because it's hard. I mean, I don't know what's up with it, but it's just the nature of the stuff.
I mean,
you got to get 100 players connected to one game, so it's like,
well, I know, but it's crazy that, like, I feel like it just never used to happen that games got released and there was like bugs or fixes that need to be made, you know, like upon release. I don't know. It's
there's
just
plenty. I think that there's plenty. Personally, I think there's plenty of games that like you release and they're terrible and have tons of bugs. There's some games released that are like perfect. There's some games that stuff gets discovered over time because
yeah.
you don't have millions of people playing a game and then people find new shit.
But
and
like
then
when
you
it
have to patch that shit.
when it used to be like a hard copy though, like you always felt like it, like you would never expected it to like have a bug in it or something. You'd be like, oh, the disc is scratched. You know. I don't know. I feel like you, unless it was like a new like
no,
DLC
of course, I'd
thing
never
to like,
expect
yeah.
disc is scratched, but
No, but you would never like if you bought a game, you paid for a game, and it bugged like PUBG did, or like if you fell through the map like an H1, or like if the game, you know, if the shit fucked up, you'd be like, okay, something's wrong with this disc. Like,
I mean,
I
that's
need to
really
go
happened almost with any game I've probably ever played
Oh, really?
on anything. I mean, if I played Madden, like
Those
I've
games.
probably
not a
seen
big, not a
if I've
big
played
sports-
FIFA,
No.
if I've played any first-person shooter, I get shot behind a wall. I get killed from people I can't even see. On PC games, like you run into hackers, like occasionally, like you're gonna see that. And so it's like with almost every game I've played,
I'm saying the actual like
breakdowns.
physical game. Yeah. I get that. Like when it's online, I get all the connective issues and things like that, like bugs.
but map building and
when
like,
it's like multiple, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
well, I mean, that's just my experience.
Maybe that's why that game's kind of, you know, I wouldn't say that game's not going downhill, but
Which game?
PUBG, but it's like
still
it's like
it's-
very known for its bugs,
Yeah, it is.
which sucks. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
and
saying is like
they tried to port it to console, right? And so like that was
while
really
it's buggy.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that made even more.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like exactly. It's like
And
it's hard to make a really, but that's the thing with battle royale too, is that maybe speaks to what you just said and your point about like you never used to remember games being this buggy.
it's because these games didn't exist, I guess. Also,
Yeah, is that 100-person battle royale is like kind of like that's the
That's
most. It's in a very
insane.
advanced structure of gaming. 100 people connected internet to one giant
Mm-hmm.
map that is consistent in there and has individual loot and is static and everybody can fight on it at the same time. Yeah, it's like that's even hard to think about in your head because your brain can't even conceptualize that, and
Mm-hmm.
its computer is doing it.
right? And then you see, yeah, like I remember in Borderlands, it was like you could do a arena fight with like 4 people online. You're like, oh shit, we can play online with some in an
Yeah,
arena
right.
with 4 people, or
Right.
even when like Call of Duty came
That
out with
was
like
hard
Ground
enough to
War,
do.
you're like, whoa, 12 or 16 people on
That's
a team.
really hard to do. Like,
And you
hard
thought
enough.
20 people in a lobby was huge. You're like, man, this lobby's full. But now you're getting in an H1, you're getting like 102 people.
on a giant map.
It's pretty crazy, dude.
It's
And
impressive.
but back to like games having issues, that's like a lot what you like rely on because you stream like a ton and you're trying to
Yeah.
you know pursue
Gotta-
that. And so like when games that you really enjoy start to like malfunction, you kind of get it's kind of
I'm seeing a lot of Fortnite streamers be really frustrated with the game, right? And like a lot of them are trying to bank, and it's interesting because like so this whole streamer thing right now, everybody kind of wants to be a streamer, right? Like, or there's a lot of people, right? Like the streaming world is like on a rise. Like you know, people want to be a streamer, people are watching streams,
yeah,
and
regardless if it's gaming or not.
yeah, and that too.
Yeah. But yeah.
with so many people streaming, like, to looking for this, to do this, like, for income, for your salary, for, whatnot, like, for your life, if you do anything like that, like, if you take on any regular profession or, career in anything,
Yeah.
there's, you're going to get paid. There's security behind that. With gaming right now and being a streamer and whatnot, it's like, it's very fragile because of, like, the gaming market could totally change. Like, what game, like, Fortnite brought a lot of, it
Just
created
a whole...
viewership. Yeah, a whole new thing. Yeah, it's like kind of its whole new thing. It posted I read it, is $2.4 billion this past year.
That's all off just micro...
That's all of just, it's everything that they've made. Yeah, and it's the highest
It's a
ever
free game.
for any video game. And that's higher. It's like, that's its own market. Like, that amount of capital is its own market. Like, what we could, like, what anyone could, like, the gold market, so, like, Fortnite.
No, yeah, it's
unreal.
ridiculous.
Yeah, so you have to, I mean, there's people, I mean, Call of Duty is interesting because, like, I was watching how, like, people have been in and out of this competitive seasons for that, and how, like, they started out, they were playing tournaments, they only won a couple $100, and now they, with streaming, they can make a lot more, and they can, and the tournaments are getting huge. The Fortnite tournament, the World Cup for $30 million total dollars, top prize in $3 million is, like, if that keeps going, and the viewers keep going, that's good. But it's so, and so but Fortnite, it's like, when they're making mistakes, or when they're upsetting their viewership, or, just from a numbers standpoint, and they're upsetting people, that, like, kind of influences what people think they can do. But, like, as a streamer, like, you really, I think, as a streamer, as myself, you really have to adapt to that no matter what. I mean, you move on to a game. H1Z1 was one of the most popular games, like, literally right before Fortnite. That's how Ninja built up, like, his a lot of his following before Fortnite happened, and it was a huge game. And now there's not that many people. So it's like a stock. Honestly, is how I kind of think about it. So, like, Fortnite's a stock, it goes up, it goes down, the value of it.
Well, so they're really good at updating, and they keep up with, like, all the changes that they make, and that's what you hope for, is like, when you're doing that as a game, that'll last as long as possible.
Definitely.
Because you're, especially for not only for, like, the person who's streaming, but for, like, viewers, because the viewers who are watching you are most likely playing that game too.
Definitely. And they want to see how to get.
So if if the game gets shit, then maybe the streamer doesn't stop, but, like, the people become less interested, and so they don't want to watch the streamer. And it's just, like, kind of a huge downfall of, like, all of it. But that's the whole thing, is adapting to a new game.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the thing, is, like, when a game it seems when a game gets hype, and then people start out and they're like, say, I don't know. Yeah. You hope the game can last a long time.
Definitely.
But when it starts having bugs, you're like, oh fuck, I've got to figure this out. And then it's like, I've got to go play Fortnite. Great.
Think about this, like, anyone, like, there's thousands of games that come out that developers, like, studios or individuals make, and, like, they're hoping it's going to be the next, and it's there's a lot of flops, and there's some that that end up being absolutely amazing, and there's great games out there, and there's games for everybody. And, like, I don't know, this is a really fresh thought, I think, for me, and it's, like, definitely very, like, open and positive about, like, switching games and whatnot. But, like, I gave up on that a long time ago. For me, it was like I said, FIFA and Madden, when they're just changing it all the time and, like, not having a consistent thing. And, like, they're not caring about, like, making the game good. They're just implementing changes all the time, and that's actually what Fortnite is doing right now. So, like, Madden comes out of the game every year. Fortnite introduces patches all the fucking time, like, new content, different changes. But, like, now it's to the point where it's like, people are like, can you please stop? Like, we want something that's consistent.
Yeah, right.
Because from a competitive standpoint, like surfing is surfing, basketball is basketball. I don't know why I said surfing, but, like, football is football. Like, but those things change too. Those sports, those things, they'll change a little bit. But, like, you have what there's there that draws you in the first place that you love. It's the basics and the base of the game. And, like, when that starts being, like,
too exotic, you're like, this kind of...
Yeah, it's, like, not the same thing at all.
I know what you mean.
So...
Yeah, I think Yeah.
We it's hard though when it gets so big, and then you have the influence of business decisions, and that's the other thing. It becomes a stock. Fortnite is a business. It is,
And it relies heavily on streamers.
Yeah, absolutely, and it relies heavily on absolutely, it relies
And
heavily on views and everything.
That's
Absolutely.
where the changes to the game come from. A lot of time that are a lot of people think are bad decisions is because they're like, oh, they're listening to the community a lot.
The value of what streamers are saying is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really has shown that it has blown Fortnite up. Now, will we see the same sort of thing? Because Fortnite's going to be, I think it's pretty special. It is. It's not going to probably happen for a little bit. It was a long time before something like Fortnite came on. It was still like, at least on Twitch, it was League of Legends still in Counter-Strike. Like,
there's like a 25-year age gap of people who are playing it, man.
Yeah.
People who are like 9 years old.
You think
people
about that
who
game.
are like 29.
It's crazy. Yeah. But it's a great game. It's a great game, and it's huge. But you don't even think about it. There's a lot of people who don't know about it, and so, but Fortnite achieved, getting to a place where, almost everybody knew about it.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that, solo or co-op games Horizon Dawn or Monster Hunter World, do you think those God of War, do you think those games are on the downfall? Like those kind of exploratory,
I mean, I think that they have been
quest based,
obviously.
Yeah.
Because anybody, if you ask the majority of people, well, and that's the thing about how much does that? How many people are gamers? And how many people want to compete? Because a lot of people love Fortnite. A lot of people play Fortnite because it's multiplayer, because it's competition.
And you can play with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you're playing.
A lot of people, I think, think that it's a waste of their time playing against an NPC, basically playing against a world that is built by basically.
When you can be playing with somebody across the world, yeah, or anybody,
or against.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already seen it, and there's been some games like Horizon Zero Dawn that does it in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
That you can't not appreciate it, and you can certainly immerse yourself in that world. But I think that for those games to really survive, I think that they will have to be insane. With VR,
they gotta be
like Skyrim. If you had, they do have Skyrim VR right now. I would think that would, for me at least, that's insane. I could totally get in that world.
Or they've got to be quest based where you can play with anybody, like World of Warcraft.
They need to be MMORPG,
like that, just coming back.
World
out,
of Warcraft, exactly. Style, with really great graphics. Because
you go to a city and there's actually hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget, that's probably one of the first games to ever really do open world, open community like that too. And now that it just came out, everybody's going bananas.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Would you ever get into it?
World of Warcraft?
Mm-hmm.
I've been involved in plenty of games like that.
Yeah.
So I have. Yeah. RuneScape was probably my first one that I really got into a lot. I played the shit out of it.
It's crazy how many people still play that.
Yeah. They shut down the service, though. It sucked. They still have, I think, the new ones, but they shut down the old ones.
They have it on mobile. Have you seen that?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Do you think WoW's a great game just because it's a classic and they re-released it, so the nostalgia is just there to play again? And
certainly. And actually, there's been it's interesting because there's been a real drought. We've all been talking about it this whole summer about why are there fucking no other games than fucking Fortnite.
Right.
So people have been fucking waiting
mm-hmm.
for something. WoW's been live this whole time,
mm-hmm.
but then they come out with a re-release. And it's we're gonna
of,
original classic,
yeah.
And and that goes back to the base of what people love, and I think that it's obviously, but it's a hit because there's a drought, people looking for something good to play, and everybody's hype about it. So let's go just get lost in that world, and you can see all those other people. It is one of those games, and it's good, and it's nostalgic, and it's epic. It's
can't believe
it. Have you heard about marriages that have happened through these games? I've watched documentaries on people that no, for real. They meet each other and they quest each other, and then they meet up, and then because they like each other's personality, and then they find each other in real
online
life.
dating via WoW,
basically.
Damn.
Or best friends. Man,
Oh yeah.
I know some of the, and like that's the thing is that like I don't know, a lot of people I guess don't understand, and this is really getting deep I think into like gaming is like for me, the relationships that you form over these things. I mean, they're very strong. Like to the it's like it's like a connection to that other soul, and like they are that person in the game, and you know they are that person's energy, you know, coming through the voice, and then like
So are you
you're
saying
doing things together, especially when they're intense, and that actually really like literally forms bonds just as hard as any other sense of adversity that you would have with another person, and it's very powerful, and like there's a lot of good that comes from it,
true?
and
You
like
do,
that's the
you
thing
do
about gaming is the
remember like
relationships. I think.
going home, you know, after high school, and you just load up that Xbox, and you already
Oh,
know
yeah.
the crew's on, and you're like,
Oh.
oh, I'm gaming with the
Yeah.
homies tonight.
For sure.
Yeah, true. I feel that, and especially with like your viewership and stuff. Like you have people talking to you all day,
Yeah.
like while you're streaming, and
From all over the world too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dope.
yeah, I feel that. I also feel like we were talking about H1Z1 zombie apocalypse. You know, maybe that's kind of, you know, scary games or like scary movies. You know, you're overcoming your fears, just prepping. You know?
It is. It's it creates a very intense experience that
Yeah.
feels real, and then
Or like mystical if you're playing WoW. You know, you're in a complete fantasy land.
exactly. Oh, let's go fight a dragon. Holy shit!
Yeah,
We're
right.
fucking right here. Yeah, I dive in, man. I mean,
That's a game people, you know, there could be a streamer who's been playing that game for 15 years.
absolutely.
Yeah, nonstop streaming. That's a game that's gonna last a long, long time.
Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's
Like I said, it's been live this whole time. It's just
I can't remember what, I'm gonna get this wrong, is like the collective amount of time played on WoW is like 18 or 19 like million or billion years or something
it's probably
ridiculous.
And if
It
you look
was
at like,
ridiculous.
I mean, if you and then you think about like gaming in general,
That's
or,
just
like,
on World of Warcraft.
That's just on World of Warcraft, and that's probably not even.
Oh, I'm sure there's a game right behind it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure there's something. That's ridiculous.
It's a lot of time. I mean, like, there's a lot of manpower, or like power.
Yeah, that's just pure power,
just
man.
people and experiences, but it's like magical. You know, it's like it's ethereal.
It's true. But that's the thing.
It's
It's
not
like,
just power, really.
do you think it's
not just a quantified thing.
Yeah. So you're putting in like 8 hours a day sometimes doing this, and like that's what everyone's trying to do. You know, I guess that's what the major leaguers are doing.
Yeah.
And but are they?
Yeah, you got to be live as much as possible.
And connecting with that community, and that's the thing is like you've been having people stop by who are hosting like 40 viewers, and it's like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And see, like, do you play? Is that the whole thing? Is it to stream the same entertainment all day, or do a lot of people switch it up, or is there nothing to switch up to?
What do you mean?
So, like, say you're streaming H1, you know. Oh, I guess you were playing something on the side. You were streaming another game on the side.
Yeah, I was playing Rainbow Six.
Yeah, people do that in like the load screens or queues, and
that's why I wished I mentioned on stream a couple days ago that like I need to find something to do while I'm waiting in these queue times because they're so long, and you know, maybe I will not play a game, and maybe I'll have like a little segment, but like doing something is like, yeah, it's like it's needed, you know. So like, yeah, I played a game in those queue times, but
do you think it's easier for like a fan base to get to know you through like a character based game like WoW or Skyrim or something like that, or do you think, like, I'm saying like personally get to know you, like, do you think you can, like, is it easier to have that interaction through that or through like the game battle royale, or do you think it really matters?
Well, I mean,
what game
I think that
you're playing to like
I think that it does matter for certain games because there's certain games that you could be pretty all in all the time. Like you could be pretty active all the time, but battle royales, queue times, and games that take a long time to load or whatever, you know, you have to fill that time with something. So that is a good time to talk to chat. It is a good time to, you know, answer questions that you see and shit.
What's your handle? What's your Twitch?
Joe GG.
No TV?
No.
Joe GG?
That's it.
Shout out.
GG family, man.
Yeah. See, I always wonder if you were, since we're always like if we're playing if you're on a BR, like you're so zoned in, and a lot of time people playing these are pretty like hot-headed because they're just getting, it's just quick paced and it's fast and but like when something's more drawn out and you're like questing, you kind of have to make up like your own content, like an entertainer kind of thing.
Yeah.
No,
a lot of it comes through definitely like the personality, the spin that you give it, like,
and that's
the character that you create.
That's where the entrepreneurship comes in. That's what makes it hard, though, is because then you kind of have to, if you can't depend on a chat to spark some conversation, then it's like
you almost never can.
It's like you kind of have to just let your like subconscious just like flow out of your mouth. You just have to speak.
If you can't do it without chat, even if you do get viewers, if you can't do it without chat, then you won't be. I don't think you'll grow.
Because you probably won't get a chat.
Yeah, because people won't want to chat because they'll come in, they'll watch it for a second and be like, eh.
Yeah,
not
it's
doing
dead
shit.
quiet. Yeah, right.
Definitely.
You're good at that. Starting your own.
I try to be. I mean, there's plenty of times where I am, and I'm naturally a quiet individual. When I'm focusing in a game, it's really hard. I mean, it's one of the things about streaming is that, like, when you're focusing on a game, keeping your engagement, involved with your viewers. If you're not an advanced player, then you have to keep engaging somehow. Like, so, like, a lot of people maybe are like trying really hard at a game, but they're trying so hard. I can do it too. You try so hard that you don't speak and you don't. But you're also not maybe like you're not the best. You're not so good that people want to watch you play. That's a big difference. That's pretty. Right. You have to be pretty up there to be really enjoyable, I think, to watch you. Or it needs to be a different game that they haven't seen, which is possible too. So you could just go for that. But
especially if you have no like visual to like look at you to like know like what's going on. Like especially if you have no camera. Like there are people though who are good at that, just doing audio in their game.
Absolutely, and they control their character.
But it's because they talk. They're very good at speaking and
absolutely
have that like inner dialogue with their microphone, basically.
Yeah, the personality of that person, the soul. It's like it's huge. It's everything. That making me think about it a lot right now. Like the character that you create. I mean, that's yourself basically, but you're also
it's your business. Yeah,
it's also like yeah, and then within the game too,
Oh, exactly. That's the thing too. Is like, especially if it's character based, people like get to know like your character, or people follow you, like say in League for the mains that you have.
Yeah.
Or like they want to know how to play the character that you're playing.
Definitely.
And so like people are known for being like the best whatever.
Yeah, for them.
Main. Yeah. And that's I don't know. But yeah, and then streamers get their own character. Their chat builds their own kind of character.
It does, and I think that
every chat is like vastly different.
It is 100%.
Yeah,
and the way of interaction too, I think, is always different, and that's why it makes the chat different. The way you interact with your chat molds it.
And what's crazy is people don't realize it. Like whether you have 10 viewers or 40,000 viewers, like if you have 10 viewers, that's basically that's you hanging out with 10 people in your house right now, just watching you game.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, that's a crowded room.
It's influential enough to get one, man.
No, I know, but that.
No, I mean, truthfully and honestly. And so, like, that to me speaks everything about why that it's worth it for even a couple. And then so you start talking, like you said, you got 10 people around. You're like having a party, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like, as that number grows, or, I mean, even if it's 5, it's like, man, you still got like, people over your shoulder kind of watching, like the room you're in like would be filled if they were there physically.
Yeah.
But I guess it's kind of, I don't know.
No, I mean, that's it.
Even if it's one, you're like, oh, someone's watching.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is like making a connection and a good relationship, and then giving them, you both get the experience that you're looking for. I mean, that's really what it's about.
Yeah, man. So overall, we really don't know how we would survive the zombie apocalypse, do we?
What? We literally just had a whole conversation about it.
It seems like it was pretty scattered for me. Aside from the 3-day breakdown, I think it's all up in the air still. Maybe it would be like H1. It'd be like H1, where you get the fastest car possible and you ram, and we go through your whole scenario. And then we meet up with the community of streamers that have been viewing you in London. And somehow we just make friends and they let us in. We're the people at the door. And because of your community, we live and survive.
Maybe.
Gotta get across the pond. Kind of fuck there. We'll swim. All right, man.
All right, man.
Good show.
Good episode 2.
Yeah, right on. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.